the skipper of Desert Vipers, Colin. Welcome to Dock 100.3.
Thank you.
It's nice and hot, and you came in on a boat wearing the Desert Vipers jersey at the launch. Felt like straight out from some Hollywood movie.
Yeah, Tamal was having a laugh at me. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone there doing those types of things, but no, it was really cool to be a part of the jersey reveal and to see it on. It's been a long time coming, speaking to a few of the management and stuff, but the way they've put it together is really, really special, really good.
I mean, normally, what is expected from a cricketer is cricket. You go out on the field, play, probably do some strategies with the boys. But something like this is probably a gift of the shortest format, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is. It's I've played a lot of cricket, but haven't had the opportunity to sort of lead a franchise, and obviously being the first captain of the Desert Vipers to do this and be a part of the jersey reveal is something very special. So yeah, it means a lot to me and obviously a lot to the franchise.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned, leading a team is something, it's a different ballgame altogether, and it's not just about the toss and post-match conferences. How does a captain or a player get along with a bunch of players that he's never probably played along, in a tournament which is about to start in a week's time?
Yeah, for me it's about building relationships and it's got to be really authentic. It can't be forced. And so, yeah, going along to trainings and having one-on-one discussions, not forcing it, saying, come, let's go and have a coffee, just overtraining in the bus on the way there, on the way home, and knowing your players' strengths and weaknesses and how they feel about sometimes sitting on the bench for maybe the whole tournament. They don't play a game, and I've been there, done that. So, I know a lot about being on the side, and a lot about playing in different tournaments and going the ups and downs. So for me, it's about trying to form those relationships as quickly as I can, and making them really authentic and just being myself and making sure that everybody in the environment feels welcome. I think that's the biggest thing, whether you've played 500 T20 games or this is your first franchise tournament. Everybody is on a level playing field. And if guys on the sideline that don't play see something that's different than what the players are seeing on the field, their opinion means the whole world to the squad.
You've played some cricket here in the UAE, and in the last couple of years we've seen UAE come up, hosting the World Cup, the IPLs, and now the ILT20 and homegrown league. Where do you see cricket in UAE going from here on?
Oh, strength to strength, I think. You see some of the players coming through, as well as the experience that the boys are going to get, whether a lot of them actually play in this tournament or even just learn from being in a proper professional environment and learn off, not even just in our team, about the Hales and Billings, myself, Mills, and those types of players, Tom Curran. But you look in some of the other teams when you've got the likes of Dwayne Bravo and Pollard, who are getting into the coaching side of things. So playing alongside them, personally, I've learnt a lot. So there will be players chomping at the bit to get to chew their ear off and learn a little bit about the game of cricket. So yeah, it's a fantastic learning experience for these players in the UAE, and hopefully it can fast track some of their learnings.
I'm sure, considering the fact that a lot of these UAE boys, will get an opportunity to play because the league says so.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very different league. Most of the leagues that you see around the world have majority domestic players and a few international players. This is an international league wherein 9 out of the 11 playing members will be international players. 2 of them will be domestic players. How does this change the entire setup of the game?
It does. You've got world-class players playing against each other. It's sort of the best of the best, really. It's going to be a proper tournament where anybody can beat anybody on the day. But I think for the future of the league and for UAE cricket, who knows, maybe next year it might be 3 players coming in, and the year after could be 4. Who knows? It depends on how fast the UAE jump on board and growing the numbers of the game and like I said, fast tracking the boys' development.
Right. You've had conversations with James and Tom. What was the conversations like? Because Tom has been in UAE for quite some time now.
Yeah, well, they've obviously given me full backing to lead the team. We'll have some more discussions about teams, roles, all that type of thing in the next couple of days, so that the boys will be clear on their roles throughout the tournament. And the discussions have been quite low key actually. We'll start getting now into the business end of really finalising things for the tournament to start.
My one last question. the debate has been on from a very long time, and that is about country versus club cricket. Right, the way a few players have said that, listen, I don't want to play for my country, but I'm still available to play, and I don't want central contracts. Where does this lead on, and where do you see cricket going in the next 5-10 years, maybe?
Yeah, it's a good question because, when I was dropped from the contract list from New Zealand, I had to go elsewhere and look financially. I didn't want to give the game up because just playing domestic cricket in New Zealand, having a family and mortgages and things to pay, it just didn't sit well with me to play cricket for that amount of money. I better off going to get a job, especially being a 33-year-old father of two. So for me it was an easy decision. The players coming through now have not just in New Zealand but everywhere. It's in Australia. Sometimes players are even thinking maybe do they give up their Big Bash contract to come and play here or in South Africa or PSL or something like that. So there's so much cricket on the go. I still think nothing beats playing for your country. Scoring runs for your country means more than your franchise. Obviously, growing up in that country and for me putting on the fern, it's I haven't retired from international cricket because I still have the dream of playing in a World Cup again or in a big game. So for me it's about playing in the best leagues. I still want to challenge myself against the best.
Right.
So that's all. And for people coming through, like we've got Bolt and Neesham and Guptill now that have given up their contracts to play, and they're in the back end of their career. Guys like Guppy and Bolty have done so well for New Zealand, even Neesham as well. Right. But if you're not feeling, I suppose, as valued, then you've got to go somewhere where you are feeling valued. People, like to feel the love, and if they say they don't, then I think they're talking a little bit of BS. So, yeah, it's a tough one to be honest, but nothing beats obviously playing for your country.
You've spoken from your heart. Thank you so much, Colin, for chatting up with us.
Cheers. Thanks very much.